Basketball may reign supreme in this state, but on this day, the Cards and the Cats on the gridiron for the vaunted Governor's Cup, and the attention of every blade of bluegrass will be right here. Welcome, everyone, to Louisville, Kentucky, L&N Stadium, home of the Cardinals. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on a team from the ACC, the Louisville Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kentucky ready to go toe meets leather and start this game. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Louisville's offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. They painted the state big blue in a Kentucky blowout the last time they saw the Cards.
And I think it's always fun to watch the response. In rivalry games, when one side gets smashed and they have to hear about it for a year, Palmer, it usually ends up being a pretty good game.
Yeah, they brag a lot in this state. It doesn't matter that either team really haven't been in the national championship picture for years. This game matters.
Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's golden. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Cardinals come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Scrambling away. Got room at the 35. Breaks into the open. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
And on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
The Cardinals are moving quickly down the field. He'll pull it on the read. Nice move to keep running. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Louisville!
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Wildcats offense has its first opportunity of the day. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Handoff from the gun. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. These two first met in 1912 and both have a rich history of stars. John Unitas, Lamar Jackson from Louisville, Bear Bryant, and Tim Couch at Kentucky through the years. The rivalry is a great one, fellas.
That's a great list of people to think about in this rivalry. Obviously, it runs deep, and the uniforms are solid, right? Like bright red, blue on the other side, just a nice color clash.
Yeah, visually and optically.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Louisville has it back, and the offense coming out ready to attack. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Oh, he's got some space. Knocked out of bounds after a good
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. And the Cardinals come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Stopped in the backfield, he's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Leaves it with the back. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And now the lead is even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. The hand to the running back. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26. The Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking to throw, it's Baker. The quick out. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the grab. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. That's the end of the period, and Louisville has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. First play of the period, first down here. The play action fake. Got it in the middle, it's Skinner.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw because he put it out in front of his big man. He was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. The Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. Knocked down to the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. Let's send out the kicker here. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And he takes this from inside the 5. Buys just enough space across the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, baby.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Ready to fire from the pistol. He's looking to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Great reaction by this defense, immediately on the catch, swarming to the ball. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go. It's caught. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. The Cardinals have it with a 1st and 10. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
Unfortunate with that incomplete. Quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. With the catch, it's Johnson. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Complete and looking for enough for the 1st down. How about that defense? Rise. And stopping him short on 4th down. Bunch formation for these receivers. Back to pass, it's Baker. Quickly out to the tight end. On the move at the 30. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Got it set up on the outside. Headed to the end zone. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They're going to give it to the wide receiver on 1st and goal. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
Well, this defense knew coming into the game they were going to see some of these jet sweeps, and they were ready that time. Great job communicating before the snap. Everybody had their eyes in the right place, and they're able to tackle.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wildcats. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. And that extra point was good, and we were all tied up here in the second. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. And the Cardinals can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Turning it on. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks. They have a first down at the 41-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Using the quick game.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. The Cardinals kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Cardinals have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Cardinals. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
These close games a lot of times come down to who executes late in the ball game. That was a late game situation. Nice execution, and now they got the lead going into the half, and they have all the momentum.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So it's an 80-yard drive, and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
And the Wildcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Off play action. Gets rid of it. Caught close to the marker. It's Gilmore. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got it. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Nice job by the QB and receiver on this play in a 2-minute situation, knowing to work the boundary, get the first down, and get the ball out of bounds. Great situational awareness.
Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Looking to pass. It's Baker. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Under fire. And that one's going to be over everybody's head and incomplete.
And how about this young fella who's slinging the pill, man? His completion percentage is through the roof. Dude, he's over 80% right now. Everything he's throwing is working, using the whole field, using multiple receivers. He looks like a different cat from what we've seen all throughout the season.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Pocket breaking down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. It's 3rd down. They're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And he'll try to make it 2 for 2, this time from 35 yards away. Dead center perfect. That'll cut the lead down to 4, 17-13. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Wildcats and Cards. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this fight between Louisville and Kentucky plays out.
We're just about ready to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
This starting to believe, and as they Yards and points here, bringing... There he goes! Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Leaves it with the back. Got the first down. Looking for more. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Picked up 2 yards on that one. They need 8 on second down. They'll run play action. They get to him as he throws. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the official spot it. Louisville has it back, and the offense coming out ready to attack. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Pulls it in. It's golden. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, one thing you got to say about this guy is he's very, very